A 22-year-old Colorado girl tied up her Tinder date, choked and stabbed him after giving him oral, and then told him that she would kill him if he screamed. Here's how he got himself in this predicament, and how he got himself out. Now, this here is 22-year-old Marie Dooley, and she was arrested after police received a phone call around 5:45 p.m. where they heard screaming and people reporting that a guy was saying that he was bleeding all over the bed because she had cut him and she was going to kill him. After responding to the scene, they found the guy naked, covered in blood, and this is how the story went down. So they meet on Tinder and she convinces him to go back to her apartment. Probably didn't take very much convincing. He walks in and he said she begins to immediately go down on him. And at that point, she decides she wants to tie him up. He agrees because, the night's going pretty well. Now, that's when things started getting a little creepy. I guess apparently after being tied up, she walks to the kitchen, grabs a knife and, starts waving it at him, telling him he needs to go to the bedroom. He then agreed because he didn't want to get stabbed, but felt it very, very odd. So he goes in, lays on the bed, and that's when she takes the knife and slices at his shoulder. He starts bleeding, and he starts freaking out, like, what the hell is going on here? This is not what we agreed to. It's not where I thought this night was heading. At which point she says that you better be quiet or I'm going to basically kill you. Now, she gets on top of him, starts choking him and everything, and apparently she starts getting mad that he's bleeding all over the bed. So she makes him get up and go to the bathroom. This is where she lays him in the bathtub to basically catch all the blood because he's bleeding everywhere. She then is nice enough to say that she'll order him DoorDash and she's going to get some food. But if he screams, she will kill him. Now she gets her DoorDash, she gets her food, she eats, and she forces him to come back into the bed and lay next to her. At which point she ends up dropping the knife and falling asleep. That's when the victim finds this opportunity to maneuver himself out of the bed, get the knife, cut open his restraints, and try to head out of the room. But he hits the table while trying to get his stuff, which wakes her up and she starts chasing him. He runs out of the apartment, out into the parking lot where he begins all this screaming and the police end up apprehending her.